For example, if I were thinking about taking a flight to Santiago, what are the top reasons? What are the things that I look for in a flight? Safety, it might be comfort of chairs, it may be entertainment system, it may be good meals, it may be the stewardesses are friendly, that kind of a thing. But top 10 reasons, okay? So top 10. Here's what I want you to do is come up with segments. Just 3 segments. Think about your customers. And just the way I did it, it may be male-female, but it may be different kinds of agricultural products, or it may be different kinds of mines, or it may be... But think about your customer. It may be demographic, it could be location, it could be a lot of different things. 3 different segments. Okay? And here's what I want you to do is importance. High, medium, or low. So, if I were to do this and I'd say, reasons students come to a university. And it may be because of the computer system. Okay? And I've got arts and letters students, that's a segment. Engineering students, that's a segment. And business students, that's a segment. Well, if I went to arts and letters students, I would say, computers? That's probably kind of low for them. But if I said library, it's going to be high. Engineering students, when it comes to computers, it's high. You've got to have it. But when it comes to libraries, medium, maybe low. Business students, computers, I have them. So it's going to be medium or high. Libraries, that's kind of important. Electronic libraries, particularly medium high. So what I want you to do now is we're going to break you out into teams. And this is a kind of a learning exercise, and so is what we're going to do is we're going to try to make sure that there's at least 3 or 4 people, and in some cases 2, on a team, but we don't want you to be alone. And so what we'd like to do is this. We would like to have Eduardo Berger. We'd like you to join with Felipe Ramirez. And you two join Era Worley Parsons, which is Eduardo Nunez and Claudia. Is that what? Okay. So you two join these 2. Okay? All right? And you can decide, and because there's 4 companies involved, you can decide which company you want to look at. Okay? And just come together as a group. This is kind of an exercise. Just come together as a group. And then we would like, okay, we would like Hernan Vivas, okay, to join Felipe Rivera and Daniel Arancidia. There, okay. You 3 come together. Okay? And that way you guys aren't alone. And again, you can take a look at each other and say, which one do we want to do? Okay? Now, when it comes to the other ones, I think we're pretty satisfied. Some of the big groups, like Tucson, IDT, TechNet, if you want, it's up to you guys. If you want to divide, this first session, I think you ought to come together. The second session, when we begin to drill down on one segment, you may want to say, why don't you guys look at this segment and we'll look at this segment. But for this exercise, stay together. Okay? Now, what we're going to do is it's 10 to 12. This is good. This is really important. So it's 10 to 12. I want to give you a half an hour to work on this sheet. Come back here at 20 minutes after. Okay? 20 minutes after 12. And then I'm not going to have everybody present, but I'll just pick on a few teams to share what they've discovered. Okay? And maybe what we'll do is tell us what your segments are, and then a couple of reasons. Just kind of give us a feel as to where you stand. We need to start here, and we build on this. Okay? So we have very short time. Make sure you hit it, and work hard on it. 20 minutes after, we'll come back here. Okay? All right, so break out. What's that? That's exactly right. That's exactly right. So first is what you do is why they are, then the segments, and then high, medium, and low. So whatever that attribute is, that's a high, medium, and low. And if you have questions, I'll be right here. You can go down in the library if you want, or anywhere. Anywhere that's comfortable for you. How closely related? I would pick either a product or a service. One of the product lines was a service line. Got ready to go? Okay, let's go ahead and get started here. Okay, let's go ahead and get started again. Let me, you hear me okay? Good. All right. Let me share just some observations quickly as I've walked around and listened to different groups and talked to different groups. The first thing that is important is this. When we take a look at part one here, these attributes, remember it's us trying to think of what the customer wants. Could we be wrong? Yeah, we could be wrong. In fact, I can almost guarantee you we will be wrong in some of these. And we will have missed others. So, usually is what I do is I tell you at this point that these are hypotheses that need testing. How do we test them? Talk to our customers. Yeah, you got to talk to the customer. It's the only way to get to them. The only way to get to them is to talk to the customer. And I've got to tell you, I have had the CEO of Fortune 500 companies call customers for the very first time. And they're scared to death. They're scared to death. Jack Welch from GE calling a customer saying, So what did you think of our washing machine? Why do you buy washing machines? But I'll tell you, it is a life-changing event. And I'll show you some statistics that I got from working with these executives in a minute. So that's the first observation. The second observation is this. Sometimes you're looking at segments, and you put the segments that you serve, but you could also put a segment that you don't serve that you've been thinking about. Okay? Because remember, when we take that 3 circle, I'm not going to go back there. But when I take the 3 circles, there's always a part of that customer circle that isn't met. Or met by the competitors, but you can do it.